Yo, yo, yo. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Not talk about Tuesday. It's talk about it Tuesday. And you with your boy Black. And you with the smooth Seminole. The smooth Seminole. I like that still. It ain't that season yet, but I just like that name. You're the patient penguin right now.
That's exactly preaching patience.
So what's up, you guys? Welcome to Business Decision Sports, where we have casual debates by the casual fan, and we here with another installation. And today we're going to talk about your boy Robert Kraft, because finally the vote is coming in for the Hall of Shame. I mean the Hall of Fame, and then so we're going to see if we good. If we we had a conversation that was kind of contingent on if he was going to get in the first ballot or not. And so we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the TEO FEMA Shakur fight. I think we all picked TEO to win. We all were wrong. And so we're going to also talk about the stadium series, a little hockey tonight. It was pretty lit. I was looking at a couple things in it, and I'm sure we're going to get some appreciation on it. Josh is going to let us know what's going on with that. And with NBA trade deadline. There's been a trade. There's been a trade. So the deadline is coming up, though. What up, though? What up, though? Thanks for hacking in. Please hit the like button on your way in. Have a seat. But before we get into the topics, we got to do that. Did you see that? Did you see that?
I have a feeling I know what's coming up.
You should. You should. Did you? You should. Let's start, though,
What?
with did you see that fight, though? Did you see the fight?
Uh-huh.
What was your thoughts about the fight? Was it a boring fight?
I'll be nice and call it a very tactical breakdown by a tactical beatdown by Shakur. We'll go with that. We'll be nice and respectful tonight. Let's just say in the 30 seconds we got of a goalie fight that we're going to see later, it looked more back and forth than that fight. I guess
Yeah.
Tio wasted all his gas on Wednesday or Thursday talking all that noise.
You're a Ligma. You ever been to Malone? So you're right. He looked like he shot his wad at that point. I thought he looked very confident. Um, and to be honest, I didn't think that Shakur never really. I've never really seen him fight someone that that tested him to make me see how good he really was. I mean, when you're a guy that don't have a lot of punching power, I always kind of question you have to have supreme like skills if you don't have the punching power. So this fight, I had an expectation because he was in there with a warrior, and he really just dominated. He never looked like he was scared. He wasn't backing up. He stayed in the pocket. He showed me how good his defense really is and how he can be deceptively good. So it was good for me to see that out of him. So now I can kind of take him serious now because I really wasn't taking Shakur serious, as y'all can tell, because I picked TEO to win the fight.
Yeah, I thought Tio would be a lot more offensive than he was, and he just I don't know. Bullets got jammed in the chamber, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Mm-mm. Because he didn't. I don't think Shakur was that was Shakur in a cakewalk.
He pretty much won every round except for one.
Yep.
Yeah, so that kind of let him kind of shows me that he was legit now. But if you watched in the pre-fights, the moment of the night was definitely this.
But a fighter is getting the hair knocked off his head, Sergio.
Wow, that social media, that's like a cartoon.
Oh my goodness gracious. It is. I've seen.
So I was watching the fight, and then I heard him say his hair came off. His piece, his man unit came off. And I was like, wow. Okay, well, he ripped it off and he went back to fighting. The good thing for him is he actually won. Because had he lost too, that would have been a.
And see, he won in more ways than one too. Like he won the fight, and then he won, and he like embraced everything afterwards, and was able to like joke and do like different shows and stuff like that that I've seen in the last couple of days. So he's made himself a lot of money off of that. Like someone's gonna throw him some, like Rogaine or something's gonna throw him hell of a lot of money to.
Commercial.
So good.
Yeah, he should. I know that's how you take a negative thing and turn it into a positive. And like you said, he kind of leaned into it because he could have been embarrassed. And this is what he had to say about it.
I get to my mama's house and she had some shampoo bottles under her table, and I shampooed it. The shit was like ammonium bleach. I literally lost my hair like 2 days ago. So I called my man. I said, "Give me the man. Let me slap that shit on real quick." I beat to knock that shit off. But like I said before, man, it's funny, man.
I was like, first of all, when they were announcing their size, the dude was 300 and one was 280. I was like, these are some big boys. Now, do you buy that he went to his mom's house and put the peroxide on his head? Do you buy that story? I'm not buying it.
Wouldn't buy that shit if it was on sale for free. No shot. Look at how thick they put that glue and everything on, try to make him look like he had a hairline too. Like, look at that around his head. He looks like Friar Tuck. That's crazy. But good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. But that wasn't the only one though.
Oh
Call
no.
this weave her wrong alone. And see what y'all think. What you think about this one?
Take it all. Now get mad. Look, wake the fuck up. Look up. You want that or you want the belt? You want that or you want the belt? Huh?
Now you know, sisters and they weave, they're gonna go down with the ship with that. And she was like, "Oh no, no!" She was gonna fight everybody in the corner real quick. She wasn't letting it go. Then he had to give her a little smack right there. He didn't smack her that hard. He gave her a little smack and was like, "Do you want the wig or do you want the win? Which one do you want?"
That's man. I mean, shit, what's next? You gonna have her try to get in a pool without a hairnet on or something? Damn. Like, I mean, he's going into that realm that even I know not to mess with.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm with him. Do you want to win or do you want to look pretty?
oh, look, in
You should
spirit,
be wearing all that anyway.
look, let's not get it twisted. In spirit, I'm with him. Like, hell yeah. Like, that's being motivational. However, the practical part of me and the logistical part of me is like, I don't want that noise. That's a lot of
Right.
headache and shit. Nope.
Like you said, that's not a hill you're willing to die on.
No, fuck no. No. I'll storm Normandy 10 times over before I try that. Shit. Hell no.
For real. All right. So Super Bowl's coming up. 1 week has gone by now. This is Super Bowl week. And I watched the games, and I never really tripped on the theme songs. And I ran across a video that had all the theme songs together. So I want to know which one is your favorite theme song, or what gives you what triggers your memory when you hear these songs? Who has the best broadcast theme?
Oh,
Okay, what you got?
First of all, well done by them.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Man, for me, it's hard between Fox and NBC. Like Fox, because when I hear that theme song, I think of Summer on Madden.
Mm,
But I'll probably give a slight edge to NBC.
really?
Yeah. As much as I get to hear the CBS theme because of being a team in the AFC, a fan of a team in the AFC and seeing all the games, I don't like it as much. Um, yeah, I'd probably say NBC slightly over Fox, but I mean none of those compare to the NHL on ESPN though for me. Like
Mm,
that Stanley Cup playoff time, like the old theme gives me like that's goosebumps type stuff. But theme songs for the NFL haven't really shook me. Like the most underrated one of all time for me would be the old CBS baseball theme from like the late 80s, early 90s. Like that was a pretty dope theme. Um, but yeah, the NHL on Fox and the NHL, but especially the NHL on ESPN, like those for me are like super iconic. Fox's NFL theme and NBC's NFL theme would probably be the highest ranked. And then of course you have like college football on CBS that the SEC tried to take as the claim was their own, but it never actually was. It was originally used for a Super Bowl and then used by college football. And then when CBS got the SEC contract, and then of course the most iconic would probably be the March Madness for CBS. Like that's yeah.
yeah, for this, I like the Fox. Because this is like the first game we watch is on
Mhm.
Fox. So I hear that early in the morning. And then CBS is like afternoon.
Mhm.
Because see, on the East Coast, you guys' game come on at 1 o'clock. Our game come on at
Right.
10. So it's
Mhm.
like early in the morning for us. Like so it kind of comes in that order. And then Monday night stands on its own, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like how the progression out. So I'm kind of fond of the Fox intro.
I can tell you this much. the Thursday night theme has actually from Amazon has actually grown on me a little bit, but it's still I'm still not the I think Amazon is Amazon's got to do a
Yeah,
lot better.
yeah, they gotta get used to it.
Mm.
They gotta indoctrinate you. All right, Robert Kraft. Let's talk about the Robert Kraft snub, or is it a snub? Because everybody keeps talking about, well, he didn't make it to the Hall of Fame, and I'm like, yeah, he didn't make it, but it's not like he's not going to make it in the next ballot. So what was your thoughts about that behind Mr. Kraft and he not making the first ballot? Did you think he was going to be the first ballot, make it first ballot?
Well, this wasn't his first ballot. This is his first
Oh,
time as
is
a
it?
finalist. No, yeah, it's not his. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
a. Yeah, this is his first time in the finals, though.
Oh, okay.
I frankly, if anybody comes out, it should like Belichick should go in ahead of him. Like that's I said it last week. It would be super fishy to me if Kraft got in before Belichick, given the vote and given all the uproar and everything. Um, but I'll tip the cap to Michael Wilbon. I think he, based on what we've heard with Robert Kraft snub, I think what Wilbon said has even more legitimacy and carries a lot more weight. Um, Still not to say that it's right ultimately, but I would put Belichick in ahead of Kraft, which this sets up for the Belichick Brady potential. If he doesn't make it next year, it could be in 2 years, like that we're talking like, or it could be Kraft Brady going in at the same time in 2 years. And I think next year the headlines would be out of first ballot Hall of Famers. I would think Ben may make it first ballot, and Belichick would get in from the builders, coaches category and stuff. But um, I'm not terribly upset that Kraft got snubbed. I just
Yeah.
like he's eventually. It's like Jerry Jones. Like Jerry Jones, it took a while for Jerry to get in. I think Kraft will get in, whether it's in the next 2 to 3 years, 5 years. He'll get in. The only thing you got to worry about with a dude that's obviously as old as him is he gonna get in like while he's still on this existential plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the only thing you got to worry about. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So I'm honestly not too torn up by it. I think this leads the way for a few of the other senior committee guys to get in. I think Roger Craig and LC Greenwood are probably going to get in.
Sure.
And I think there's going to be a few first timers, but not leaving Kraft off the ballot is not as big of a deal as Belichick.
Yeah, I think they're all going to get in. And like Wilbon was saying, it's kind of like the politics of it all a little bit, because you want to get certain people in, and you can kind of kick it down the road a little bit, and then make up for it on the back end. And sure, is it really important that you make it first ballot? I don't know how important it is. It might be important to the person, maybe for a little bit of bragging rights, but I think the ultimate thing is just getting in. And we know they're going to get in. So, and now with the whole Brady thing, he should not get in first ballot. I mean,
That's
it's going to look kind of.
that's going to be. I would love to be a fly on the wall for that particular debate. Although I think it's going to be the discussion moving forward is going to be, well, we learned from our mistake when we did it with Belichick. So we just knew that we couldn't go in that room and do it to Brady too. Like that might be the discourse coming out, because I did hear the comments from Peter King talking about those types of politics too. And he even brought up like moving his vote from someone who he thought was guaranteed to get in. In this case, it would be Troy Polamalu. He moved his vote knowing that he was going to get in, and he tried putting his weight behind certain others. And he said he had done that a time or two, but after reflection for a few years and now looking back on it, he didn't do what was laid out apparently in the protocols. The protocols state not to who you think or who you personally want to get in. You're supposed to vote the best and most deserving in on the resume based on how they're presented in that room. And I thought Peter King's comments on that were pretty interesting, to where he said that that the politics, like the things that Wilbon was saying, have really dragged the pro football writers into a very a very large gray area, and up for a lot of speculation and scrutiny.
Yeah, because it kind of leaves a subjective, a lot of subjectivity, and but I mean, like, but that's kind of normal too, though. I mean, like in these things, because just like when you were trying to pick who's going to go to the playoffs, the college playoffs, and you try to take as much subjectivity out of it as you can, but there is going to be some in there, because there's the human element that's involved.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't feel too bad for him. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Patriots fan because of, how all this started because of the Raiders. So whatever, whoop-de-doo. He'll get in. They'll get in.
It just means he's going to have to wait a year or two for the Asian massage parlors around Canton to have him for a party that weekend.
Exactly. Oh yeah, right. He want to jump on this plane and yeah.
I can't. Sometimes I just can't help myself.
That's all right. So let's see here. What's this one? Oh yeah. Let's talk about the Stadium Series. The NHL Stadium Series. So you're outside, man. I'll let you talk about it, because I was a fly on the wall, because I looked at a little bit of it.
Right.
And then once you mentioned it, I kind of did a deep dive in it, and I have a couple questions, but you'll be able to answer for us. But maybe you'll tell us, just in general.
So a bit of background beforehand. So there's a couple of different outdoor games that get played. The Winter Classic around New Year's is seen as like the throwback, where you see like all the old vintage jerseys and everything being worn. For the Stadium Series, they go like loud and bold. Think Color Rush for the NFL. And they do it outdoors, and they lean into a theme. And the theme this year, with it being down in Tampa, the theme, because it was also on Gasparilla weekend down there, which is a big deal down there, it's Tampa's Mardi Gras, they're big into the pirate theme. So they really went into the theme. Like the layout of the outside of the rink was like a treasure map and stuff. They had the walkouts with pirates. The teams dress up in costumes beforehand on the walk into the building, like Baker Mayfield and Tristan Wirfs led the Lightning in. The Lightning got off their team bus in all Buccaneers creamsicle unis. And the Boston Bruins got off dressed like old school Patriots, like whole Pirates of the Caribbean. They were the enemy, the bad guy, the Patriots. And they're honoring the New England Patriots making the Super Bowl with those costumes. Like they get into this, and they really lean into the themes with a lot of these Stadium Series games. And this one was very well done. And then, which by the way, John Cooper on the bench, like leaning into the Cuban theme, just good on you, John. You should win Coach of the Year just based off of that. But
And
the
here's a
game
video.
itself.
Here's a video of him too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, you got one. Okay, I didn't know if you had any media of him, but yeah, show the public out there. Like,
is. He has a flair on and off the ice. 14th season. He's the longest tenured head coach now in the National Hockey League. Back to March of 2013. 2 times a Stanley Cup champion. 606 wins.
now imagine Tampa starts this game off horrendously. They score in 11 seconds to go up 1-0. After that, the rest of the first period is all Boston. Boston ends up taking going up in the game 5-1. Now imagine being down and getting dominated for most of the first period, and you walk back to the locker room and you're getting the fucking paint peeled off the walls by a coach dressed like that. Like, you got it. Like, that's a tough look if you end up losing that game and you go out there looking like that. So Tampa goes down 5-1. They score, and they're on a number of power plays. And then, this is where you cue up the other video. Then, in the middle of a skirmish, so he goes after him. And then and then here we go.
Goalie on goalie.
And it wasn't just like they were throwing little softies either. Like, Vasilevsky, the Tampa goalie in blue, throws some bombs. He looks like Trevor Lawrence's stunt double, by the way.
And the crazy thing about it is they interviewed the two guys and they hear them talk about it. That was like really, really like amazing. It's like the culture. So it was something that maybe you could talk about. But here go the two guys.
Everybody's talking about the fight. When did you know it was going to happen, and what made you want to go down the ice?
Well, I just saw Sway was swinging the blocker a little bit on Hex, so it was just a reflex to run to the red line and challenge him, and he accepted. So big thanks to him. I thought he was great, throughout the game in net and in the fight as well. So just again, big thanks to him for giving me my first one in the NHL.
Andre, you had a big smile on your face after. How much did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I just when we both felt, we just kind of, said to each other like a few nice words, and it was super nice. I know it was just one of the biggest moments for me personally, because I never fought in the NHL, so I again can't say that enough. Big thanks to him for that.
I mean, like, they thank each other for fighting, and and watch the respect that comes from the other side.
That is your leading up to that goalie fight.
I think fighting the biggest, toughest goalie in the league, so wouldn't be my first choice, but glad we got the first one out of the way. Probably retired after that.
Did you know he was a lefty?
No. Glad we both had our first gig against each other. Really worthy opponent.
It seemed to end amicably. Did you guys have, smiles and words afterwards?
Yeah, we did, and he wanted to win, which is good. So did I. So that's game respecting game. We see fights every single game, and just got that one out of the way.
It seemed
game respecting game, and it's a trip because they had like a whole fight, but it's like a respect there. Like, it's a trip.
Right. So what happens is with goalies, you're not allowed to cross the red line, or you get penalized. So him coming to the red line is him challenging, and then they're going to go, so they get the 5 minutes. The funny and great thing about hockey is, as long as they are not the second fight or as long as they're their own fight and nothing else is going on, and they're the only ones, they're the initial fight, they stay in the game. They don't go to the
Oh,
penalty
really?
box. Correct. So they fight. The benches are standing up and banging their sticks on the boards, and everybody's going nuts. And they skate right back to their crease, put their mat, they get all their equipment, put it back on, go back to play. It's
And they
crazy.
shook hands afterwards.
Right. Now, if you watch at the tail end of the fight, when Vasilevsky gets him down, he actually holds his jersey and he's got his arm around the back so he doesn't fall back and smack his head on the ice. Like that's the type of shit that hockey players do. Like when you watch, like in the playoffs, like you'll watch dudes just go nuts and they'll be vicious like gladiators on one another. I've always said you could tell dudes that really genuinely hate the other guy based on how they react. Like you slam it, like you punch a dude and you just drop him and you don't try to like hold him up or anything. And you just skate away or you do things like that. That shows a genuine dislike, which is it happens, but it's more rare than you think. Like the dudes will talk like at the face-off circle, like, hey, you want to go? You want to have one? And they'll be like, right now? Like, yeah, as soon as puck drops. And then they drop the gloves and they go. Like
right.
That type of thing is pretty crazy. And it's a respect, because in hockey, the culture is if you're called out or you're challenged, you want to answer the call. You want to answer the bell, not only for yourself, but to look good for your teammates. Sometimes fighting is used to fire up your teammates, which the game at that point was 5-2, and Boston still had the advantage. Tampa took over the game after that. So that's and the players talked about it afterwards that, hey, our goalie, not only did he make a couple of good saves, but that goalie fight really picked us up. So that's what fighting does in a sport like that. And that's why I say, if you read that little banner down there, everybody, watch more hockey, especially come April. So fun. So fun.
Yeah.
The game was fantastic. Ended in a shootout. Great game, great atmosphere. A 5-1 down, come all the way back to force overtime at 5-5, and then you win it in the shootout. If you're Tampa, huge win. I would argue it's the second best outdoor game I've seen. It's definitely the best Stadium Series game, but the original Winter Classic between Pittsburgh and Buffalo, with the snow coming down and everything in Buffalo, the different sites, and because it was so new and nobody knew what to expect, made that game a huge spectacle. But this one's pretty fucking good. And it's also, found out today, highest rated ESPN game since they've been back on ESPN. Like not a Stanley Cup final game, not anything, not a playoff game, not that game.
Well, I mean, I knew it was a big thing when I see the Cubs looking like this, and this was its explanation for it too.
Tell us, please describe what went into the thought process of looking like Tony Montana out there.
Yeah, it was the tip of the cap, no pun intended, to the heritage of Tampa. And our staff, we've been known to hit Ybor City a little bit and smoke some cigars as a little staff outing. So we thought it was apropos to kind of go down that road. And then it grew. It grew into gold chains and canes and rings. But this event doesn't come around very often, and probably dressing like this doesn't come around very often either. So, but it's part of it. It's a ton of fun.
You know how sometimes it could look corny or forced or tried? Like this actually fit. He didn't, and it wasn't just him. It was also the staff.
The rest of the staff. And the staff, like the rest of the staff look clean too.
Look at him. Boy.
And they leaned in, right. Like they leaned into it. They had fun. Like an event like that is supposed, I mean, yeah, it's a regular, it's it's a big event for the city and for everything, but it's worth 2 points in the standings, but it also gives you a chance to really kind of have a little bit of fun and do something a little different. And the coaching staff got into it. So I mean that was really cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it was good too. I mean, it's something for the fans. And I mean, like, maybe something like the NBA and needs to lean into, because you gotta put like a little fun into the game itself for the fans.
What
And
would you suggest for the NBA?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to think. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like throwback classic day. You know, we wear like a throwback classic jersey. Um,
Would you
team
maybe
jersey.
try to take it outside and do like at
Ooh,
Rucker or something?
ooh. If you do something like that, it would be tremendous, right? That would be tremendous, because how do you fit 20,000 or 15,000 in like a basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but something like that outside, that would be amazing, though. That would be amazing. I would that, and then just pack it out. Maybe like have 1,000 people or whatever.
I mean, you would have to do
2,000
it.
people.
Yeah, you would have to do it more towards the spring when the weather gets a little bit better, especially if you want
Hmm.
to do it somewhere like New York.
Yeah.
But even if you wanted to just do it as a test event, you could do it at places like Phoenix in California, Orlando, except this past week apparently since it was so cold, or like Miami. Like there are places you could test it out before getting it to like New York, but I would probably imagine it would be like an insurance thing that they'd be scared of. So
Well, maybe
like
you can build something though. Build
yeah,
like, you could build like a mini gym or a mini court, or
yeah,
something that has
something
some
on top
barriers
of the
around it or
pavement.
whatever. Yeah,
Mm,
exactly. And maybe something like that would you know help. It wouldn't hurt, because like the league is starting to get boring, and it's to the point where they try to make it exciting by changing the rules, but then that also hurts the quality of the game by messing with the rules itself. So, but I mean, some of it's for good, some of it is for, we don't know for sure yet. But
right.
speaking of the NBA, though, there's the NBA trade deadline coming up, and one James Harden has moved on. James
Again,
Harden is in another team with Cleveland. What's up with that, man?
I mean they're swapping guards. Um, I don't know if Cleveland's trying to use this as a spark to maybe try and catch Detroit and the Knicks and try to put themselves back in. From the Clippers side, I don't know if it's like if it's salary related or anything. I just I mean we're all waiting for Giannis. Like that's
Right,
what we're waiting for Giannis.
right.
Um, so this was like kind of like a little appetizer, but then you see it and you're like the Clippers and the Cavs. Eh, okay. Harden calling his movers again. Hey guys, you'll not
We're
believe
moving
this.
again.
They pick up, they go, hey, look at the caller ID. It's James. Want to bet he got traded?
He said, "You're not gonna believe this." Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah, oh, believe me, James, we can believe it. I think is that like five? Is that 4 or 5 different teams in the last 4 or 5 years for him?
Let's find out. Okay, Google. How many teams have James Harden played on in the last 5 years?
In the last 5 years, since February 2021, James Harden has played for 5 teams. Houston Rockets, January 2021. Brooklyn Nets, 2021-2022. Philadelphia 76ers, 2022-2023. Los Angeles Clippers, 2023 to 2026. Cleveland Cavaliers joined February 2026.
Oh yeah,
Would you like to see the details of the most recent trade to the Cavaliers?
that boy Movers stay on go.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, he
Probably,
can't. You can't get comfortable too much anywhere.
he probably went to them when he moved into his place in LA and was like, "Don't worry, fellas, I'm here for good." They're probably like, "Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you soon."
Well, he was there for 3 years. I mean, that seemed like
Right.
probably eternity for him.
Right. Well, and he probably had, if he's not in Florida or Texas, I would imagine his summer home, or he probably has a place out there, but still, man, just, oh, and then you got to go to Cleveland. Like, you got any condos in Cleveland? Call
No,
LeBron. LeBron, I need you to point me in the, who do you know
right.
in Cleveland for places?
Right.
I need the
Nobody.
hookup. LeBron will be like, Cleveland, this is for you.
So everybody's waiting for Giannis. I start seeing a couple more, like maybe New York. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think they moved? Do you think Giannis moves?
I mean, if Milwaukee's being that upfront and doing counter proposals a couple of days in advance of the deadline, I mean, I think they're doing everything they can to move him. I think it's they're being forthright and trying to get it done. Whether or not it'll happen is pretty much down to, can they make the money work, which is where I wonder about, like, your guys, like, how would they make the money work both ways. And I saw that they asked Draymond the other night, and he said, "Hey, I'm here until I get a phone call from someone telling me I'm not. Can't worry about it," which is the right answer.
It is the right answer. He better take the pay cuts too, because he's starting to wear himself thin. Like, we already understand that Draymond's not going to change, right? We're going to put him through counseling, anger management, super suspension, everything, and he's just like, okay, I'll cool down a little bit, but I'm still him at the end of the day. So I don't think the Warriors going to trade him or anything, but between him and Steph, I would think that they would help with the structure of the with the contracts if they were going to try to really make a push for Giannis, and he can get there, because adding Giannis to this team makes them legit.
Yeah. I mean, and I was thinking about it after we got off the show the other night, and I was like, man, I didn't even talk about Denver. And then Denver plays OKC on Sunday and gets absolutely wrecked. Even with Jokic in there. And so that's where I was like, yep, okay, that's the reason I didn't talk about Denver. Like, it would make it a three-team race if Giannis were to go to Golden State. I think Golden State can get themselves back into it and get maybe a top 4 finish in the regular season. But even if they don't, even if another team has home court, do you really want to play Golden State in the first round? Like, imagine you're Denver, or you're the Lakers, who I think are 4th right now. I could be wrong, but imagine you're one of them and you've gone through and done all that, and then you turn around and who do you got matched? Who do you got paired up with you, even though you have home court? Oh, Steph and them boys are coming in. Oh yeah, that big Greek motherfucker back there. That's nobody. That's just Giannis.
Right, they finally went and got a big man. And so the Grizzlies trade Jaren Jackson Jr. too to the Jazz in an 8-player deal.
Yeah, the Jazz gave up a lot of picks. I did see that briefly today. I thought it was a lot of picks. But
3 first-round picks.
I was a
4
lot of
players.
picks. Yeah. I know friend of the show and noted Jazz fan, Utah Jazz fan, Nigel Yalden over in New Zealand was talking about it earlier, and he was hesitant about giving up so many picks, but he's pleased with the return. He's okay with he's okay. He's not like apoplectic as he's been in recent years over the Jazz and their front office misgivings.
Oh, I'm about to say, I seen something about Klay Thompson. Like, who trading for him? So, so the Jazz they're getting an overhaul, new overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say Timberwolves trade Mike Conley to Bulls? Is that true? Let me see.
I didn't see that one. That might be true.
Let me see. Oh, they're trying to get Lonzo Ball out of there.
Mm.
Anthony Simmons, Simon. Yeah, I don't see that either. Oh wait, oh they haven't made the move yet. Doesn't look like, but
Mm.
a couple small moves or whatnot. But we all waiting for the big move. Waiting for the big move to see what happens with your boy
Exactly.
Giannis. What about John Morant? They moved Jared. Memphis moved Jared, but it looks like John Morant is the one that's disgruntled there. So,
I
do you
mean,
think this is the end of the Memphis as we know them?
I would trade him because I don't see how that relationship can be mended. Based on the last couple of years, I would trade him. Um, I don't know who's going to be willing to step up for Ja and pay. I mean, he's basic like he would be somebody you would go after if you're one of the teams. Like if Giannis doesn't get done at the very last minute, if Giannis gets done like say early, come deadline day, which is tomorrow, right? I do have that right. It is tomorrow.
The trade deadline.
Yes. Is it tomorrow or is it Thursday?
Let me see. It's February 5th, Thursday.
Okay,
At
so it is
3 o'clock
Thursday. Okay.
Eastern.
Right.
3 o'clock
So
Eastern. Yeah.
yeah, so if it gets to be like if the Giannis deal gets done like say Thursday morning, between now and Thursday morning, if you're a team that was in on Giannis that lost out, you may make a call to the Grizzlies, like out of like break glass in case of emergency type.
Right.
But I'm not driving up his market right now. Like I don't think the phones are ringing off the hook for Ja like the way they are Giannis.
Which is crazy because Ja's a hell of a player.
Yeah, he very much can be. But it's
They're saying that they're linking him with Sacramento. You know, it's just kind of like the Raiders. Once you start going to the Sacramento Kings, you kind of like going to the Cleveland Browns, to the Raiders, to
oh man.
the Clippers. You play with the
Yeah.
Clippers now, and Cleveland.
I'm trying to think of the package from that Sacramento would give up for him. Ooh.
Yeah, maybe player or two, maybe a draft pick or something. I don't know. I don't know what the trade value is
If
for
I'm
Ja Morant.
Memphis, I want as many top draft picks as I can get. Like a lot. I think especially you see like that trade that the Jazz made and how they're willing to give up so many first round picks because a lot of these teams are looking at how Oklahoma City has built and the draft capital that they have on the back end to continue to supplement. I think he could probably be had for a player and probably 2 or 3 picks if the money can work, if they can make the money work.
Harden has been averaging 25 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds this season.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing. He's gonna get his numbers.
Yeah, and he'll continue to do his traveling and step back and hop, skip, jump to get to create his space and make his shots. Like no doubt about that. But I mean,
So who won the trade? Who do you think won the trade? Was it Cleveland or was it the Clippers?
I got to see how the Clippers play. Like,
right.
I mean, off the bat, I mean, Cleveland got the bigger name, but if he fits better with Kawhi out there in LA, because Kawhi's come back and he's like, Mr. Load Management himself. He's playing pretty good, and if they did this to be better off with Kawhi in the lineup, then the Clippers have a very, very decent chance to come out on top of the trade. The variable in this is the health of Kawhi, because at least when Kawhi went down, you could count on Harden to be the unquestioned number one, and supplement the loss of Kawhi, at least on the offensive side. Defensively, we all know Harden don't play defense, so.
Yeah. So I think possibly the Clippers could have be the winner here because they're getting a solid player in the event that Kawhi does go out. You can kind of build around Garland, and you know what he's coming with. And they're thinking that although Harden playing at a high level, he's still 36. And like that cliff is coming pretty soon. But it's kind of hard to say that because scorers are always going to be able to score, so
yep.
He's never been really a good team player. Like he couldn't fit in the team chemistry thing. So that's why I think if you get a player like him or Westbrook or even KD, like they're individually great players, but meshing them together, it just hasn't been out. Like for any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, KD won a couple rings, but it wasn't. He came into our system and it was a cakewalk for him. So
right.
It's just something about.
I mean, the only time that you've seen KD, like besides Golden State, the only time that he's been about the team is when he's playing on Team USA for the Summer Olympics, and that's because he's surrounded by nothing but alpha dudes on that team. So. And plus, that's not an 82 game season in playoffs. He's got to deal with these dudes for just a couple weeks, win a gold medal, and then it's, chill for the summer on a yacht or whatever.
Right. So we're gonna see another day and a half or so trade deadlines. See if my Dubs can come up with a Giannis trade. If we don't, then I feel like we're in trouble. We're like dead in the water because we're holding on to the franchise's dynasty. The light is flickering. We had like a little chance. I think we had a great chance last year, but the injury rose his head, and it rose his head on Steph. And then the same thing is happening this year with Jimmy Butler. Like we need Jimmy Butler. Like that's why we traded for him. So if we're going to have any chance at all, we're going to have to go get another superstar with someone like a Giannis, someone where we don't have to try to have him mesh into the system as well as maybe like a Jimmy Butler, where it took like maybe 20, 30 games for him to kind of understand how he fit in. Because we already know what Giannis is going to do, and then let's see if we can play around that and create offense around that, which would be fun for Steve Kerr, because that's all he's been doing is playing mad scientist with the lineup all year, and people are not understanding. Well, why you don't have no continuity, and he's really trying to find what's the different best, combinations to use, because there's always something coming up. There's always somebody's getting hurt. There's always Kaminga playing inconsistently, or he doesn't play for whatever the reason. Then he comes and play, and then he doesn't play. So it's always something. So Steve Kerr is kind of trying to feel that out. And I think if we were to get Giannis, and they'll just kind of like soothe it out a little bit, make it a little bit easier, and hopefully we can pull the trigger. But if not, I don't see us really competing anymore, unless we can make a big move during the off season.
Yeah, you might have to go through a little bit of a retool / rebuild, but
You don't have
it can be
time.
done.
Definitely got like 2 seasons.
Right.
You got like 2 seasons.
Right, which is why I think a retool, kind of like a retooling on the fly, would have to happen, which is why the Giannis trade would make sense. But if you can't get Giannis, then, and let's say this season doesn't happen, you gotta figure something out this summer to kind of retool and kind of maximize these next, probably looking at 2 years maximum.
Oh yeah, well, enjoy stuff while we have them. Enjoy stuff while we have them, because this is probably going to be it if we don't get Giannis. But we will see, and we'll be back Friday, and by that time we should have the information on that, and it'll be the weekend right before the Super Bowl, and we can start listening to the predictions. And a lot of people have Seattle. Some people saying that New England can't miss in this situation right here. I don't know. It's a pick 'em to me. I have equally investment in them. I don't like the Patriots, but hey, whatever. If I was just to be objective, I could see either team winning, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to be more interested in the prop bets portion of it this year.
Right. What color is the Gatorade?
I
What
got
color is the Gatorade? And,
I got my bets in on that already. Oh yeah.
What color you got? What color? Green
I have blue and I have yellow.
Right.
Every year I bet the original, the OG color yellow. Yes. The OG.
But when was the last time yellow?
That was a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
I bet yellow. I bet yellow. It's the OG color, so I figure everybody's got to have at least one bucket of the OG. And I just need you to but the other one that's hit the last couple of years another one that's hit more recently is purple. I don't see either of these teams being a purple Gatorade type, so I'm going yellow and blue for my Gatorade bets, and then I put a little sneaky kind of like to cover my ass. I put a little bit of money on clear, which means it could be water or like one of the Gatorade ice type colors.
Oh wow!
But
my favorite Gatorade is orange.
But the bet is the national anthem over under. Every year I bet over. This year I may bet under, because believe it or not, a lot of people have done studies on this stuff. This dude that they apparently have singing the national anthem Sunday, he does not fuck around. He gets through shit quick. So
you might go under with this guy.
I might have to go under. I might have to go under.
Right.
Because last year, depending on the sports book that you use, some places were disputing what the time actually was last year. So I thought I was comfortably hitting the over, and people were like, no, it went under. And I'm like, how? But I ended up getting paid out. So I'll take the win. But this year, I think this might be the first year I'm betting under. Like this dude may set the record for shortest national anthem potentially from everything I've read about him. So
Well, there you go. There's your tip right there. Bet the under on the national anthem. There it is. So thank you guys for hacking in. Hit the like, subscribe. Josh, you already know. Thank you, brother. Well, we'll be back Friday. So until then, shout out to the brothers. Shout out to Big Cat Crush 19, Big John, and the rest of the Up gang. We are